My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Above all else, I want to see differently. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. Of course, you'll always be sorting out, trying to figure it out, trying to understand all this because you want to be enlightened, you want to find the truth and all this wonderful stuff. And you're completely noble in that whole process. But as this is reminding you, this is something that is constantly here all the time. And regardless of how much, or how whatever we say that, right? Until you actually recognize and realize what it is that is constant, it just seems like a bunch of hocus pocus, right? A bunch of bogus crap. It makes no sense. It's like, what are you talking about? It's always here. Everything's always changing, right? Everything's constantly changing. How could you say anything is always here? Now, of course, as we have this whole process of building this cellular structure we call a body, blob thing, on top of ourselves, and then we look through it to experience this world we see, and we essentially sold our inheritance so that we can be in this world and this body and this experience. That right there is just really the identification with this body, with this world, the development of it, the design of it, and everything that it takes to be a part of it. And so what is still there, still constant, still always right there, is simply being misunderstood to be something it's not. You're simply misunderstanding what you are. You think you're in this body. You think you're in these eyes. You think you're in this brain. You're using this brain. You think this is what you're doing, and you're not recognizing what it is that you actually are. Now, it's huge. It's massive. It's like so big. It's undefinable. It's absolutely infinite in total essence. I mean, it's like, what? And just because you put a body on it doesn't change what it actually is. It's still there, and it's still always going to be here. You can't change it. All you can do is rearrange the drapes, right? You can just rearrange the structure and the characteristics, the person, the body, the shapes, the forms, all of it on top of it. But this is all like on top of it, literally, as if you're painting on a canvas. The canvas is always there. It's always white, it's always pure, always perfect. It's the paint that gets dirty, right? It's the picture that might say oh, look, it's the Mona Lisa. This is an amazing thing, right? But the canvas is still white. You might be distracted by what's on top of it and say, oh no, this canvas isn't white. It's painted. It's the Mona Lisa. It's dirty. It's this or it's that, right? So it's the images on top of it that make it hard to recognize what is still there, what is you that is constant. The you, the truth of what you actually are that is here and now and has always been the common denominator of all your experiences and everywhere you go. And so God is in everything I see, because in the same sense of what everything is, and that what is God in my mind is what I am, and it all is. Like that, there's nothing else. So that's why the solution to all your problems is to recognize there is just the one, all is God, and I am. God is all I am. And the recognition and the bringing yourself to that is an actual experience. It doesn't have to be just philosophy, but to actually experience it. it becomes more. It becomes life. It becomes what you are, as it always has been. But you've got distracted and trained yourself to get into this world, this body, this life, this thing, da-da-da. And it's nice. It's cool. It has its ups. It has its downs. It has its crazy aspects. It has its what are we doing kind of aspects. And it is just amazing that really we're just creating reality every step of the way with no rules. And that's absolutely fascinating. I hope you really can. I hope it. I'm just at least touching. Just at least touching it. Just a beep. Just a little. Because this is. I mean, it's right there. That's why it's totally natural to completely discover what God is, because it's simply not to obsess about what God is not. You and what you actually are is united one with the totality of what is God. What? And it actually takes effort to be in this world. It actually takes effort to believe that you're a person existing. That's why you're in pain. That's why you're suffering. That's why it's hard. So to go down into God again every day is your salvation.